John Davison Rockefeller was born into modest circumstances in 1839. His birthplace was Richford, New York. Despite facing financial hardship, he possessed an uncommon ambition and a keen business sense.
I started with small ventures in my youth. These experiences foreshadowed my future success. I was destined for a life far removed from my humble beginnings.
Rockefeller's family later moved to Cleveland, Ohio. This bustling city on the shores of Lake Erie would become the launchpad for his empire. The discovery of oil in nearby Pennsylvania ignited a frenzy. Rockefeller, with his characteristic foresight, saw an opportunity in the nascent oil industry. He would transform this volatile commodity into a foundation of unimaginable wealth.
My journey was a testament to the transformative power of hard work, determination, and a relentless pursuit of one's goals.
Rockefeller's story serves as a beacon of inspiration, reminding us that even amidst adversity, greatness can be achieved. His life story continues to motivate entrepreneurs and business leaders even today. At the age of 20, John D. Rockefeller ventured into the business world. He was young, ambitious, and eager to make his mark. The bustling business districts of the 19th century were a fertile ground for his aspirations. His first significant endeavor was a partnership in a commission merchant firm. This was not just a job, it was a stepping stone. The firm dealt with buying and selling goods on behalf of others, a practice that required keen insight and sharp negotiation skills. This experience provided valuable lessons in commodities trading and finance. Rockefeller learned the intricacies of the market, understanding supply and demand, and the importance of timing in trading. He also became adept at managing financial documents, a skill that would serve him well in his future endeavors. It honed his innate business acumen. Rockefeller's ability to analyze situations and make calculated decisions set him apart from his peers. He was not just learning the ropes, he was mastering them.
My sharp mind and meticulous attention to detail quickly set me apart. I was determined to succeed and willing to put in the hard work necessary to achieve my goals. Every document I analyzed, every deal I made, was a step towards building my future. The burgeoning oil industry in nearby Pennsylvania caught my eye. The discovery of oil in Titusville had sparked a rush, and I saw immense potential in this new industry. The oil fields were chaotic, but I saw beyond the disorder. I saw an opportunity to bring order to the chaotic market. The oil industry was in its infancy, and there was a lack of organization and efficiency. I believed that with the right approach, I could transform this industry. I envisioned a future where oil would fuel the world. The potential uses of oil were vast, from lighting homes to powering machinery. I was convinced that oil would become a cornerstone of modern industry and daily life.
In 1863, he made a bold move and invested in his first oil refinery. This was a significant risk, but Rockefeller was confident in his vision. The refinery was located in Cleveland, a strategic location for transportation and distribution. This decision marked a turning point in his life. The refinery's success validated his belief in the potential of the oil industry. It was the beginning of a journey that would lead to the creation of one of the most powerful companies in history. It laid the foundation for the creation of an empire. The success of the refinery allowed Rockefeller to expand his operations, eventually leading to the formation of Standard Oil. This company would dominate the oil industry and set new standards for business practices. Rockefeller's early success in the oil industry was driven by his relentless pursuit of efficiency and control. He believed that by controlling every aspect of the production process, from extraction to distribution, he could maximize profits and minimize waste. He meticulously analyzed every aspect of the business. From the cost of raw materials to the logistics of transportation, no detail was too small for his attention. This thorough approach ensured that every operation was optimized for efficiency.
From refining to transportation, I sought ways to optimize operations. I was constantly looking for new methods and technologies to improve efficiency. This drive for innovation was a key factor in my success, and minimize costs. This obsessive focus on efficiency would become a hallmark of my business strategy. By reducing costs, I could offer competitive prices and still maintain healthy profit margins. It would propel the growth of Standard Oil. The company's success was not just due to the demand for oil, but also to the efficient and innovative ways in which it was produced and distributed. This approach set the standard for the entire industry and cemented Rockefeller's legacy as a pioneering entrepreneur.
In 1870, John D. Rockefeller took a giant leap forward. He incorporated Standard Oil, a move that would forever change the landscape of the American oil industry. This marked the beginning of an era of unprecedented growth and dominance in the oil industry. The incorporation of Standard Oil was not just a business decision, it was a strategic masterstroke that set the stage for Rockefeller's empire. Rockefeller possessed a unique combination of business acumen, ambition, and ruthlessness. His vision was clear and his methods were often controversial, but undeniably effective. These traits would propel Standard Oil to the zenith of corporate power. Rockefeller's ability to foresee the potential of the oil industry and his relentless pursuit of efficiency and control were key factors in his success.
Rockefeller's strategy was audacious and multifaceted. He didn't just want to participate in the oil industry, he wanted to dominate it. He aimed to consolidate the fragmented oil industry under the umbrella of Standard Oil. This meant acquiring competitors, integrating operations, and streamlining processes to achieve unprecedented efficiency. He ruthlessly undercut competitors, driving many to the brink of ruin. His aggressive pricing strategies and superior logistics made it nearly impossible for smaller companies to compete. Those who refused to sell to him often faced the full force of his competitive wrath. Legal battles, market manipulation, and strategic alliances were all part of his arsenal.
This approach, while undoubtedly aggressive, proved remarkably effective. Rockefeller's relentless drive and strategic brilliance allowed him to outmaneuver his rivals consistently. Through a series of shrewd acquisitions and mergers, Rockefeller expanded his empire. Each acquisition was carefully calculated to enhance Standard Oil's dominance. Standard Oil rapidly gained control of a vast network of refineries, pipelines, and distribution networks. This extensive infrastructure allowed the company to control every aspect of the oil production process, from extraction to distribution. By the 1880s, the company had established a near monopoly over the American oil industry, controlling as much as 90% of refining capacity. This level of control was unprecedented and gave Standard Oil immense power over the market. This unprecedented concentration of power made Rockefeller one of the wealthiest and most influential men in the world. His fortune and influence extended far beyond the oil industry, impacting finance, politics, and philanthropy. Rockefeller's legacy is a testament to the transformative power of strategic vision and relentless ambition.
John D. Rockefeller's ambition extended far beyond amassing personal wealth. He envisioned Standard Oil as a force for order and efficiency in the chaotic world of oil. He streamlined operations, invested heavily in research and development, and sought to maximize the value of every drop of crude oil. His relentless pursuit of efficiency revolutionized the industry.
Rockefeller's critics, however, viewed his tactics as ruthless and monopolistic. They argued that Standard Oil's dominance stifled competition and harmed consumers. Public outcry against the company and its practices grew louder. This eventually attracted the attention of lawmakers and regulators. The stage was set for a showdown between Rockefeller and the US government.
Despite the controversies surrounding his business practices, Rockefeller remained a deeply private and complex figure. He was a devout Baptist who instilled strong moral values in his family. Later in life, he dedicated his vast fortune to philanthropy, establishing foundations that continue to support education, health, and human development worldwide.
The dawn of the 20th century brought with it a wave of antitrust sentiment. This era was marked by a growing public outcry against the monopolistic practices of large corporations that were seen as stifling competition and exploiting consumers. The public and government alike were becoming increasingly aware of the need to regulate these powerful entities to ensure a fair and competitive marketplace. The Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890, aimed at curbing the power of monopolies, was soon trained on Standard Oil. This landmark legislation was the first federal act that outlawed monopolistic business practices. It was a bold move by the government to assert its authority over the burgeoning industrial giants of the time. After a protracted legal battle, the Supreme Court ruled in 1911 that Standard Oil was an illegal monopoly and ordered its dissolution. This decision was a significant victory for the antitrust movement, demonstrating that even the most powerful corporations were not above the law. The case set a legal precedent that would influence antitrust litigation for years to come. The company was broken up into 34 smaller companies. This monumental breakup was intended to restore competition in the oil industry and prevent any single entity from dominating the market. Each of these new companies had to operate independently, fostering a more competitive environment.
The breakup of Standard Oil marked a turning point in American corporate history. It was a clear message that the government was willing to take drastic measures to protect the public interest. This action not only reshaped the oil industry, but also had a ripple effect across other sectors, encouraging more stringent regulatory oversight. It signaled the government's willingness to intervene in the marketplace to curb the excesses of big business. This intervention was seen as necessary to maintain a level playing field and to prevent any single company from gaining too much power. The government's actions were a testament to its commitment to preserving competition and protecting consumers. The decision had far-reaching consequences, shaping the regulatory landscape for decades to come. It paved the way for future antitrust actions and established a framework for how the government would handle monopolistic practices. The impact of this decision was felt not only in the United States, but also influenced antitrust policies around the world. It established a precedent for antitrust action against other dominant firms. This precedent was crucial in ensuring that no company could become too powerful without facing legal challenges. It empowered regulators and provided a legal basis for future antitrust cases, helping to maintain a competitive market environment.
Despite the setback, the breakup of Standard Oil ironically increased Rockefeller's wealth. As the largest shareholder in the newly formed companies, Rockefeller's financial interests were well protected. The breakup diversified his holdings and in many ways made his investments more secure. The individual companies that emerged from the dissolution, including ExxonMobil and Chevron, flourished in their own right. These companies quickly adapted to the new competitive landscape and continued to grow, becoming major players in the global oil industry. Their success demonstrated that competition could drive innovation and efficiency. Rockefeller, as a major shareholder in these companies, saw his personal fortune multiply. His strategic investments and business acumen allowed him to capitalize on the breakup, turning a potential loss into a significant financial gain. This outcome highlighted the complexities of antitrust actions and their unintended consequences. He became the world's first billionaire. This milestone underscored the immense wealth that could be generated through strategic business practices and investments, even in the face of regulatory challenges. Rockefeller's story remains a powerful example of how individuals can navigate and thrive within the evolving landscape of corporate America.